Hello everyone, this is Selkak, also known as Paulalia, and we are playing Kerbal Space Program once again. This is the ship from the last time. This was just the rocket we used to just burn straight up to see how close to space we could get, and it turns out that we got quite far into space, probably because it's a really powerful rocket and we had lots of fuel. And so that was a great altitude test, and we are now going to step it up a notch, as it were, and we are going to go for an orbit. Not a perfect orbit, mind you, we just want to get a space capsule into orbit. So I'm going to somewhat quickly design a rocket here, and you guys will have a nice montage while you watch me do that. And then we will be ready to go to the launch pad and aim for orbit. Here we go. Okay, here we are, everyone. This is the Orbiter Mark 1, and as you can see, it is a 3-stage system. This top bit is the return capsule with landing legs and a minor thruster, just so that we have some control as we come in. It also has the ladder so that we can get them in and out. This is the orbital maneuvering stage. It's just got a single fuel tank and a gimbaling engine. And as you can see, I've covered it in ladder rungs. Here, let's zoom in a bit. See ladder rungs so that the Kerbals will be able to climb about while they're in orbit. And then, as I was placing them, I thought it might be interesting if we could get from the ground up into the ship. So you can see here we got some ladders going up. I don't know why I kept the 4 symmetry, but I did. And so we got ladders, and then we've got these railings all the way up this fuel tank, and we'll get on in. And I might remove some of these if it turns out that they cannot climb in, and we will cut to see some footage of that if that happens. So let's double check that we got it saved, and let's go to the launch pad. Alright, everyone, here we are on the launch pad. Our rocket is a bit wobbly for some reason. I'm not really sure what it is. It might be all of the ladder rungs on it, but here we are. We have Fernie Kerman, who's ready to board his rocket to be the first Kerbal to orbit the planet. So let's have him climb on up. Cue the epic music. Uh-oh. Well, that's not good. He's supposed to be able to grab onto that. Oh, there it is. F to grab. And so he'll climb on up. Oh. Ooh. That did not happen last time. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Come on, Fernie. You just gotta climb on up and grab that other ladder. Alright, so as you saw, it turns out that the Kerbal could not make the climb. So we will be getting rid of all... Yeah. It'll probably be easier just to re-grab these fuel tanks. Okay, fuel. Fuel. Rocket engine. Lift that up just a bit. And let's grab the support beams. Okay. So this is going to be the definitive orbiter, and let's take it to the launch pad. Alright, we're on the launch pad. We've got the Bobstead Kerman here, who's ready to go to orbit. We will be burning straight up, and then we shall be tilting to the north, I think, for a polar orbit. We're not going for moon trajectory, so there's no reason to go that. We will be doing a polar orbit. I'm just double checking my staging here. Okay, so that and the engine firing, and then decoupler, and then that engine, and then decoupler, and then the capsule. Okay, minor staging adjustments need to be made, and then we will launch. Alright. We are back. Bobstead Kerman still sitting in the hot seat. I wanted to put this final stage engine separate from the parachute, just so that if needed we can use that in case of emergency without wasting our parachute. So Bobstead SAS is active. We've got both a Bobstead Kerman. Let us head for orbit. Alright. The rocket is wiggling. That happens when you're using SAS. Hopefully, with precision controls, it'll smooth out a bit. We're rapidly accelerating, thanks to the huge thrust capacity of this big engine. So we know that this bottom half is enough to get into a very, very high altitude. And so we're adding a whole bunch of extra weight, though, with the other stages. So hopefully it'll still be enough. Let's check our progress so far. Alright. We will be continuing. Okay, we're already well into the second fuel tank now. And we're climbing it. Oh, I want my thing. And we're probably going to be wasting a bit of fuel to turn this into a northerly orbit. Okay, we're going to SAS off and kind of point north-ish. Alright, getting ready to cut the engine. Alright, that's plenty high. Yeah, we'll coast for a while here. And we will... we need just a tiny bit of thrust in order to affect our positioning. And a little bit over. Lock. Cut engine. Keep that there, and we just want to climb. We want to gain as much altitude as possible. We have barely any fuel left in that tank. Okay. We're still climbing. We're still climbing. We want to get close to our apoapsis. As you can see, we've turned quite a bit northerly, but we're not quite straight up and down. Doesn't look like. There's our 3 landing legs there, counting as debris. Alright. It's going to take us about a minute to get there. But we're high enough now that I'm just going to use up the rest of that fuel. Okay, and then detach. Oh shit. Oh shit. I hit spacebar. We're no longer in control of that. Bobstead has every right to be freaked out of his little tiny Kerbal mind. We're going into a death spin. Mission control. We have orbital failure. There's our debris. Look at our line here as we flail about randomly. Hopefully we don't splash down too far. Okay, we've successfully... Okay. We want to try to slow our descent and land as close to Kerbal Space Center as we can. We want to stick with the green X and cancel out all of our orbital speed. We can still see the Space Center right there twinkling. Okay, we're riding that green dot. Don't worry, Bobstead. We will save your life. There's some orbital debris headed for who knows where, popping up on our tracking system. We do need to save some fuel so that we don't kill ourselves on the landing, or kill Bobstead rather. Let's see how this is going. So there's some debris, there's some debris. Well, keep matching it. We want to be coming down as straight as possible. Alright. Good enough. Cutting the engine. And triggering the parachute mechanism as we come down into the atmosphere. Going to deploy the landing legs as well. Not like they will burn up in the atmosphere or anything. You know, maybe it's not a good idea to deploy those. I still want to be able to use my thruster. I want to continue to kill our horizontal velocity. So the Space Center is what? Over there somewhere, I think? Or is it over there? Nope, it's over there. So we're pretty dang close. Hopefully. To the Space Center, which will make for an easy pickup. Because, as I said last time, I'm going to be picking up the Kerbals. I'm not just going to end the mission. And I'm going to be driving or flying them. Alright. We've pretty much cancelled out the horizontalness. Hopefully the parachute will do the rest when it deploys. Bobstead Kerman is freaked out. I would be too if my rocket were to have a computer misfire and disengage rocketry control while the rocket was active. We've suddenly rotated. Oh my god! Okay, the parachute should be opening fairly soon, I would hope. We're entering the atmosphere, unless we have a parachute failure. Oh, nope, there it goes. Parachute's providing drag as we enter the atmosphere, slowing us down from 800 meters per second. We're disengaging SAS so that the capsule is free to be rotated. Still slowing down. Still slowing down. Still slow. Don't worry, Bobstead, we got you. You won't be killed. Promise, you'll be fine. We're gonna land nicely on this kind of plains land. Deploying the landing legs. Oh boy, that parachute slowed us down a lot more than I thought it would. Okay. Now these legs, I believe, are rated for 12 meters per second landing speed. But just to be sure, right as we are about to touch down, I'm going to slow us down to under 10. Preferably down to 5. And hopefully without going up and wasting fuel and all that jazz. Okay, we're coming in. We're coming in. Oh, we're under 10, actually. We're coming in. We have a... touchdown. Oh, look at that. That was a perfectly safe landing. Does the ladder touch the ground? Will he be safely to get out of his capsule? Let's see. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, yeah, that's plenty safe. Okay. So Bobstead Kerman, orbital failure, but he lived, and now we've got to pick him up. So I'm going to go grab the crew rescue vehicle and get on to the rescuing. Alright everyone, this is Nerdfrey Kerman, who is being left behind so that there's a room on the thing for us to go pick up Bobstead. And we're going to go to the crew transport, so this is how far we have to go. That's going to be quite the distance to travel, and if we crash, it's going to be terrible. Okay, so here we are. 2 of the 3 seats are filled, as you can see. Crew hatch, 2 of 3. Mobility ladder up. Okay, so basically what we gotta do is gotta drive all the way 98 kilometers in that direction and go pick up Bobstead. So I am going to get us pointed in the right direction. Here. You need to give it some thrust in order to get it moving, and then you cut back so that we can make this turn. Hopefully it doesn't crash going off this runway here. Okay, it's good. Alright. So we will be swinging this turn. I'm applying the brake sporadically, just to kind of jerk it. It kind of turns a bit when I do that, so that's how I'm making this turn here. And we're just gonna point ourselves at the red dot and go. Alright. There's gonna be some hills and some mountains and all sorts of fun stuff to navigate. Oh, was a bit slidey out of control there, but that's okay. Alright, we are pointed in the right direction. I will do another time lapse, and I'll pull you out if anything happens. If not, I will talk to you again when we arrive to pick up Bobstead. Oh, there's water in the way. Look at that, right off the bat, running into problems. Hard left turn, guys. Hard left, hard left, hard left. I know it's possible you can go in the water. I've built boats in the previous versions, but this is not a boat. It was not designed to be in the water, so okay. Looks like we're gonna clear it up just fine. Take a quick look at our map. Oh yeah, we gotta go kind of around that. Alright. I will bring you guys back in if anything happens. So I wasn't doing anything and it just kind of exploded. Great. That's great. Okay, so 2 minutes in and the craft just exploded. I didn't even finish driving past this thing. That's okay. Space Center. Alright guys, so clearly that vehicle has some issues. I think we're gonna have to build a transport plane in order to save Bobstead. But that'll have to wait till next time. So, see you guys then.